begin. There's a quiet voice that speaks to every one of us when the lights go out and no one's watching. That voice, it knows the truth. It knows your potential. It knows your purpose. And it also knows your pain. You see, the hardest fight you will ever face is not out there in the world, it's within you. It's the war between who you are and who you're called to be. It's the battle between comfort and calling, between excuses and execution, between fear and faith. We live in a world that tells us to compete with others, to chase applause, to prove something to everybody else. But here's the truth. Your real opponent is the reflection in the mirror, the one who hides behind doubt, the one who procrastinates, the one who settles. That's the only enemy that matters, and once you learn how to defeat that version of yourself, nothing out there can stop you. This isn't just motivation, this is a message for the soul. For anyone tired of being stuck in cycles, for anyone who knows they were born to do more, be more, live more. You don't need permission, you need conviction. You need faith that's louder than fear. So take a breath, clear your mind, open your heart, because this isn't just a speech, this is a reminder, a wake-up call from you to you. Stay with me until the end, because by the time this message is done, you won't just be inspired, you'll be ready. Ready to fight, ready to win, ready to face. The greatest battle you will ever fight is not out there in the world, it's the one that takes place within the walls of your own mind. It's not against a boss, a critic, or even a competitor. It's against the part of you that wants to quit, that wants to take the easy road, that whispers, you're not good enough. Every single day you wake up, there's a version of you that doesn't want to show up, doesn't want to push forward, and would rather stay the same. And that version of you is strong, it's clever, it knows your weaknesses, it knows how to distract you, how to discourage you, how to delay you from becoming the person you were created to be. But here's the thing, inside you there's another voice, one that says, get up, one that says you were made for more, one that says even when you're tired, you can keep going. And that voice doesn't shout, it doesn't beg, it waits. It waits for you to choose it. It waits for you to believe in it. It waits for you to fight back against the lazy, fearful, and doubtful version of yourself. The real war isn't about proving anything to anyone else. It's about proving to yourself that you can silence the lies and live in truth, that you can rise above the noise and follow your purpose, that you can stop running from yourself and finally start running toward your destiny. Every time you make a choice to grow, to improve, to keep going when it would be easier to quit, you're winning the only fight that really matters. And when you win that internal war, the external victories come as a result, not as a requirement. Discipline is not a punishment, it's a path. It's the quiet force that builds greatness when no one is clapping, when no one is looking, when no one is handing out awards. You don't need a crowd to be consistent, you need a reason. You need a fire inside you that refuses to go out when life gets cold. Every morning you wake up is a choice. Do you listen to comfort or do you lean into commitment? Discipline is about doing what needs to be done long after the feeling of motivation is faded. It's waking up early when your bed is warm. It's putting in the work when your body says rest. It's choosing growth over gratification every single time. Discipline shapes champions. Talent may get you noticed, but discipline keeps you there. It's the difference between wishing and working, between dreaming and doing. The world doesn't reward potential, it rewards results. And those results don't come from random effort. They come from focused, repeated, daily discipline. When you train your mind to follow through, even when it hurts, even when it's inconvenient, you become powerful. You become dependable. Not just to others, but to yourself. You begin to trust yourself again. You begin to believe that if you say you're going to do something, you'll do it. That trust becomes your foundation. That belief becomes your strength. Discipline isn't built overnight. It's built in the small moments, in the choices no one sees, and the sacrifices only you know about. It's about holding yourself to a standard no one else demands because you know what you're capable of. Discipline is freedom. It frees you from the control of moods, of setbacks, of the ups and downs of life. It gives you control over your future by mastering your present. The mind is a battlefield, and most of the time we lose before we even begin because we've already accepted defeat in our thoughts. If you believe you're not good enough, you'll act like you're not good enough. If you believe you can't change, you won't even try. Your thoughts are the soil where your life grows, and if the soil is filled with doubt, fear, negativity, and self-sabotage, then don't be surprised when your life produces the same. That's why you have to guard your mind like it's sacred, because it is. Every time you think a thought, you're either building yourself or breaking yourself. And the most dangerous lies are the ones you quietly repeat to yourself every day without even noticing. I can't do it. I'm too late. I'm not meant for more. You hear these lies so often they start to sound like truth, but just because a thought shows up doesn't mean it belongs in your mind. You have the power to challenge it, to reject it, to replace it. You weren't given a weak mind, you were given an untrained one. And just like your muscles, your mind grows through pressure, repetition, and resistance. Feed it the right thoughts, train it to stay focused, and speak life into it daily. Tell yourself, I am capable, I am enough, I am built for this. Start creating a new pattern, a new identity, a new mindset that actually aligns with the future you want. Because you don't get what you wish for, you get what you believe you deserve. And that belief comes from training your mind to expect greatness instead of settling for less. Mastering your mindset is not about ignoring reality, it's about choosing which reality you want to create and building it thought by thought every single day. Comfort is the silent killer of greatness because it convinces you that average is enough and that good is good enough. But the truth is, growth never lives in the comfort zone, it lives in discomfort. It lives in the stretch. It lives in the challenge that pushes you beyond what you thought you could handle. Every time you choose comfort over courage, you delay your progress and cheat your potential. See, comfort feels good for a moment, but it leaves you with regret. Discomfort feels hard in the moment, but it builds resilience, confidence, and strength. You were not designed to stay the same. You were built to evolve. And to evolve, you must be willing to get uncomfortable, to do the things that scare you, challenge you, and stretch you. The pain of growth is temporary, but the rewards are permanent. Your future depends on how much discomfort you're willing to embrace right now, because everything you want is on the other side of what you're avoiding. That conversation you don't want to have, that habit you don't want to break, that step you're too afraid to take, those are the exact things holding your life back. The people who rise are not the ones who have it easy, they are the ones who get comfortable being uncomfortable. They choose the hard thing over the easy. Excuse? They show up when it's inconvenient. They lean into the resistance instead of running from it. Comfort is seductive. It whispers, stay here, relax, don't push too hard, but your purpose is louder, your calling is stronger, and your dreams are too valuable to let comfort steal them. So every day make the decision to step into discomfort, because that's where the growth happens, that's where your strength is built, and that's where your true self is waiting. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you want to be, because motivation is fleeting, but discipline shows up when motivation fades. It's the voice that says, get up when everything in you wants to stay down. It's the choice to stay consistent when the results are not immediate and the applause is silent. Discipline is not about being perfect, it's about being committed and staying loyal to what you said you would do long after the mood you set it in has left. Most people wait until they feel like it to act. But the ones who win have learned to act regardless of how they feel. They've trained themselves to honor their word over their emotions because they understand that success is not built on feelings, it's built on follow through. Every small action matters because every time you keep a promise to yourself, you build self-respect and confidence. And that's the foundation of transformation. You don't need to take massive steps every day, but you do need to take consistent ones. Because the small disciplines practiced daily become the big wins lived eventually. When you skip the gym once, it feels like nothing. When you skip it 10 times, it becomes a habit. When you show up even when it's hard, you're not just building muscle, you're building character. Discipline is your way of telling the world, I'm serious about my life, I'm serious about my growth, I'm serious about the person I'm becoming. It's not just about routines or rules, it's about who you become in the process, because discipline sharpens you, shapes you, and prepares you for moments that talent alone can't carry you through. You don't need more time or more chances, you need more discipline, because that's what transforms ordinary into extraordinary. Growth starts the moment you take full responsibility for your life, because as long as you blame others, you give them control over your future. Pointing fingers might make you feel better for a moment, but it won't move you forward. Real growth begins when you stop waiting for someone else to change and start changing yourself. When you stop saying it's their fault and start asking, what can I learn from this? Ownership is power. And the moment you accept that your life is a result of your choices, your habits, your mindset, that's the moment you take back the pen and start writing your own story. Responsibility doesn't mean blame, it means ownership. It means acknowledging that even if you didn't choose the pain, you get to choose the response. Even if life dealt you a tough hand, you still control how you play it. This shift in mindset is what separates those who grow from those who stay stuck, because when you take responsibility, you realize you don't need permission to improve. You don't need someone else to fix it for you. You become the solution, not the excuse. Every excuse delays your progress. Every justification keeps you small. And every time you say, I can't because of them, you silence your potential. But when you say it's on me, it's in my hands, you activate a power that nothing can take from you. Life gets better when you get better, and you get better when you stop outsourcing your power to circumstances and people and start building from within. Responsibility is not a burden, it's your liberation. It's not something that weighs you down, it's something that lifts you up, because it reminds you that your destiny is not in someone else's hands, it's in yours, and always has been. So now you know, the real battle has never been between you and the world, but always between you and yourself, between who you are and who you could be, between your comfort and your calling, between your excuses and your execution. And if you've made it this far, that means something in you is ready to rise above the noise, to silence the self-doubt, to break the cycles, and to stand face to face with the version of yourself that's been waiting on the other side of discipline, growth, self-control, and responsibility. You are not weak for struggling, you are strong for showing up. Every setback, every fall, every moment of doubt was not meant to break you, but to build you. The key now is to fix what's broken, believe in what's possible, and fight the silent battles no one sees. Because once you conquer yourself, there's nothing out there that can stop you. The only permission you need is your own, and the only person who needs to believe in you is you. So take the next step, not tomorrow, not when it's convenient, now. Because if you don't rise for yourself, who will? Thank you for listening, thank you for giving yourself this time, and most importantly, thank you for choosing to face the most important fight of your life, the one within. Keep fighting, keep rising, keep believing, because you are worth it.